Sophie had always loved traveling, but airports made her nervous. The crowds, the rushing passengers, and the long security lines were overwhelming. Still, she was excited about her trip to Rome. She had planned everything perfectly: her itinerary, hotel reservations, and even a list of must-visit cafes. Nothing could go wrong, or so she thought. As she reached the check-in counter, she handed her passport and ticket to the airline employee with a smile. The woman behind the desk frowned and typed something into her computer. After a moment, she looked up with an apologetic expression. "Miss Thompson, I'm afraid there's an issue with your ticket." Sophie's heart sank. "What kind of issue?" "It appears that your flight has been rescheduled to tomorrow. There was an email sent regarding the change." Sophie quickly checked her phone, and sure enough, buried under a pile of promotional emails was a message from the airline informing her of the schedule change. Frustration bubbled inside her. She had booked non-refundable accommodations, and now she was stuck at the airport for an entire day. Taking a deep breath, she decided to make the best of the situation. She found a quiet cafe inside the airport, ordered a cappuccino, and sat down to figure out her next move. As she sipped her coffee, she overheard a conversation at the table next to her. "I can't believe it. We're stuck here too," said a young man with a backpack. "Our connecting flight to Madrid was canceled." His friend, a woman with curly hair and a bright scarf, sighed. "Maybe it's fate. Maybe we're supposed to meet someone interesting today." Sophie smiled to herself. She had always believed that unexpected moments led to the best adventures. Gathering her courage, she turned toward them and said, "Looks like we're all stranded. I was supposed to be in Rome by now." The young man looked at her with interest. "No way. What were you going to do there?" Sophie told them about her itinerary and her love for travel. Soon, the three of them were deep in conversation, sharing travel stories, laughing about mishaps, and exchanging recommendations. Hours passed, and Sophie realized she was actually enjoying her unexpected layover. Instead of spending the day frustrated, she had made 2 new friends. They explored the airport together, trying different snacks from various countries, watching planes take off, and even playing a game of cards in one of the waiting areas.
After a while, they came across a bookstore. "Let's each pick a book that represents our next destination," suggested the young woman. Sophie scanned the shelves and found a travel guide about Rome. "Perfect," she said, smiling. The man picked a Spanish novel, while the woman chose a book of short stories. They laughed as they checked out and decided to spend some time reading in a lounge area. As evening fell, the airport lights shimmered, creating a cozy atmosphere. "You know," Sophie said, "this isn't how I imagined my trip starting, but I wouldn't change it." Her new friends nodded in agreement. "Sometimes the best memories come from the unexpected," the woman said with a smile. They then decided to have dinner together at a small airport restaurant. Over plates of pasta and warm bread, they continued sharing stories, talking about their dreams, and laughing about the little inconveniences of travel. And Sophie found herself completely immersed in the moment, no longer worried about her flight delay. Before heading to their respective hotels, they exchanged contact information. "We should meet again someday," said the young man. "Maybe in Madrid or Rome." "Absolutely," Sophie agreed. "This adventure isn't over yet." The next morning, when it was finally time for Sophie to board her flight, she waved goodbye to her new friends, promising to stay in touch. As she settled into her seat, she thought about how the airport, once a place that made her anxious, had given her an unforgettable experience. Maybe airports weren't so bad after all. As the plane took off, she smiled, realizing that the best part of travel wasn't just reaching a destination, but the unexpected detours along the way. Historias cortas en inglés, nivel B1+, B2. con ejercicios, gramática y soluciones. Aprovecha la promoción antes del 10 de junio. A la venta en Amazon.